ability to completely operate the campus without solar. The solar would be, a portion, just given the limitations of the campus and access on roof, can't provide 100% of the power. So providing clean power off the campus from San Diego Gas and Electric is going to be a key part of it.
Question from Josh. Okay, so I have a question about the solar panels. So how much of that energy actually gets used directly by the campus? And what happens to the excess energy produced? Like, does it get sent back to the grid? Does it just get dispersed as like heat somewhere? Or
this might want to go to Kristen or Brian.
Yeah, the solar that we have on campus is tied into our own grid, but yeah, we have enough electricity that we do consume that, but yeah, we are tied into SDG&E's distribution lines as well.
Okay, I guess the question would be, so we are producing X amount of kilowatts. Is the campus actually using all that power during the day, or does some of that power get shipped off because it's excess?
Oh, yeah, so yeah, potentially it would go back if we had excess. It would go back into
we are exporting some
SDG&E grid. We don't have battery storage on campus right now, which would be able to shift that electricity to different.
Actually, secondary thing to that is we talked about electrifying the vehicles on campus. Has any thought been given to using those electric vehicles as a battery source, since each car is a battery? So if you have a fleet of cars that are lithium ion, could you use that theoretically as like a reverse battery source, just in like an emergency or some other capacity?
Haven't looked into that at SDSU yet. I've seen studies about this elsewhere, but it's definitely something we can consider, but it's not something that we are actively working on right now.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question real quick from technology, the QR code. And looks like, Chiago, this is for you. In what other ways can students be more sustainable in food and eating besides limiting meat consumption? And how can we learn more about composting?
So it's a very personal question. How would you be more sustainable? I think choosing the right foods, limiting meat is the main way to do that. So, but eating more seafood definitely helps. Not wasting any food. You eat what you needed. With us purchasing from vendors or buying foods that are sustainable, that like we do at Aztec shops. I think that's a great way. Second question.
So do you have a zero waste program?
We're shooting for a zero waste. Yes, we are very close, but we're not there yet.
Yes. Anybody? I saw a hand somewhere. Yes, this gentleman right here. Do we have a mic runner for? Do we have a mic? Oh, there we go.
The presentation on the future guidance of energy on campus. For the HVAC systems, have you looked at the feasibility of doing low temperature geothermal ground loops for heating in the winter and cooling during the summertime?
Well, Darren, you're right here. You were looking into geothermal, and I believe at the CSU level, we have been looking into that. Brian, do you want to share any more?
Yeah, I think what we found is, given the climate, a lot of the heat that the campus needs can be provided through heat recovery on the chilled water. So recapturing the heat that is used to cool the buildings will provide the majority of heating on the campus. So geothermal is something that can be considered, but the majority, 85–90% can be used through heat recovery chillers and just repurposing the heat that the campus is currently rejecting through cooling towers. So the chillers are all electric currently, so they use electricity to produce chilled water. And We currently have cooling towers to reject heat out in the atmosphere. So the ability to take that heat and repurpose it into heating hot water is going to be the primary strategy. Geothermal is definitely an option, but I think given San Diego's climate, that can provide the majority of heat on the campus.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for questions, but I love the deep dive on that, so thank you, sir, for asking that question. And so now, it's everybody's favorite time. It's time for sustainability trivia. So, with that, advisory. I'm sure that we have a lot of greenies, sustainability savvy, and climate action aficionados among us. So please give your cell phones, tablets, and other devices a break during trivia and just have fun. And here's my tagline, thanks a watt. Get it? Okay. I'll be performing at the Improv next week. Anyway, so here's how it works. I don't like rules, but anyway. Here's how it works. So I'll read the question, and the first person to raise their hand will be asked to answer the question. I will do my best, I promise, but that's the plan. So, everybody ready? Here we go. I'll be looking for the first person to raise their hand. First question. What is the state with the highest per capita greenhouse gas emissions? Yes, sir. How do I do? Yes, sir. Next hand. He was the next hand up. Next hand up. I believe you were the next hand up. Yes, and we have a winner, Wyoming. And our winner gets, I think we named this, we said, what are we going to call this? We're going to call this a mini sustainability starter pack. So there you go. So come get your little starter pack there, Emily. Okay. We need to step up our game here. So we're going to step it up. Here we go. Next question. How much does it cost to build one space? Not a garage, we're talking one space in a parking garage. Ooh, we got a hand up, yes. How did she know this? You are right, woohoo, all right. And you, Lori Saldana, there's a mini sustainability starter pack waiting for you. D was the correct answer, 80 to 100. I don't know if that surprised anybody, but it surprised me. That was one of the, I had no idea. Thank you, JD, for that question. Okay, we're here to aim to please and here to learn. Here we go. Next question, everybody ready? Here we go. What year did the SDSU transit station, I didn't even finish it. What do we got? Bing, 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 bing. Yes! It opened in 2005. Part B, and this isn't it. Who was here when that happened? Who was here for the grand opening? Raise your hand. So was I. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? It's like, yeah, it was great. Okay. All right, ready? Okay, everybody ready? And next one. Give them a chance. Here we go. Next question. In the last 5 years, how many tons of waste were diverted from a landfill at San Diego State University? I got two. You were the first, ma'am, in the sweater. D. Anybody else? You are correct, sir. 6.3 tons. Woohoo! All right, Josh, go get your mini sustainability starter pack. I can't remember if that's the last question or not. We're going to find out. that the last one, or we have one more? Okay, this is last and final. Here we go. How many gallons of water does a 10-minute shower use? All the way in the back. Bing, 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 bing. Yes. And just, I'll throw in one other like little extra, an FYI. If you use a low flow shower head, it's 20 gallons. So just throwing that out there. More information, the better. Okay, so I want to thank everyone for participating in our sustainability trivia. And thank you very much. It is now our moment of Zen. Enjoy the Northern Lights in Alaska, where our intrepid MC, Dr. Jessica Whiteside, was conducting field work and shared this photo of her adventure. Jessica, I would like to hear more about it after the summit, of course. And now I will hand it over to Kat, who has another giveaway, and I think this is a biggie. Kat, it's all yours.
Everyone loves when I come back. That means free stuff. Woo! Okay, so we realized that we had the bucket up